Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm going to get into the training camp winners so far through basically a week of training camp here in just 1 second. First, though, I don't normally acknowledge in the show if I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. You guys don't really care. You're just here for Eagle news and rumors, but I'm really under the weather right now and grinding through the sickness. Might have the big C, as they call it. Going to get a further test a little bit later on today, but we're okay. Obviously not about me. It's about getting you guys the latest Eagle news and rumors, but you guys appreciate me grinding through my sickness. We're calling this my Jordan flu game today. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's get to at least 400 likes here as we'll be fine tomorrow, right? It's going to be totally fine tomorrow. Not an issue. We're just going to grind through it here today. But, of course, we're going to jump into the latest Eagles news and rumors. As mentioned, title of the video you see, I want to jump into the early camp winners. Now, I've said this for weeks and weeks and weeks. You're going to hear up and down stuff during training camp where one day one player is going to play great, another day he's going to play poorly. There is no, broad consistency where you can look back and say, oh, well, the report from training camp is this player looks fantastic and he's fantastic 24/7. I mean, guys have up and down days at training camp. However, I've been reading all the blogs, I've been watching a lot of the practice reports, I've been trying to get as in-depth as I can, not actually being there, and these are the 5 guys I think are really starting to elevate themselves above the rest and who are at least standing out so far. Now, it's only a weekend, and the pads are coming on, and so things are going to change a little bit, so take this all with a grain of salt, but let me give you my 5 early camp winners today on the video. First, and I think the at least most clear one on the entire list is Marcus Epps. Marcus Epps, from all reports that I have read, is very much standing out as the difference maker safety on this defensive backfield. I mean, he is going to be a starter. I'd be shocked if he is not a starter on this safety depth chart. He's done everything that they could have asked him and more, and multiple reports saying that he looks completely different as a player than he did even a year ago, and he has a couple of starts last year as well, filling in for some injuries. So this was a battle that obviously we talked about a lot going into training camp, who was going to be the safety alongside Anthony Harris. Tart is being mixed in there, obviously Kayvon Wallace, but right now it is very, very clear that Marcus Epps is really standing alone at one of the safety spots and will be a starter, barring a major setback or him starting to struggle. I just don't see that happening. Everything that I am reading is showing that Epps is looking great, and he will be one of the 2 starting safeties for the Philadelphia Eagles. At least will be a starting safety for the first preseason game. That is all but guaranteed. What do you guys think? Who's been a camp winner so far? What are you guys seeing? You guys have any specific player you think is a camp winner right now? Let me know who that is. Answer the pinned comment down below right now. Next camp winner is going to have to be a wide receiver, and that is Quez Watkins. And I think that we got to make a statement today that isn't controversial, but it needs to be said because I was a little bit, I'm not going to say, not a hater of Quez Watkins. I think he was a little bit overhyped at the end of last year, even though still a great player. Like, I'm by no means wanting to bash against him. But right now, based on what we've seen so far at training camp, Watkins is clearly wide receiver number 3. Obviously, Brown and DeVonta Smith are going to be your 1 and 2s, but this idea that maybe Pascal could push for the 3 spot, maybe Rager or Ward, no. It's very clearly Quez Watkins. He will get the 3rd most snaps, or at least the 3rd most targets on this football team. His speed has been great, but really, it's been his catching ability and his route running that seems to be the dramatic improvement right now for Quez Watkins. There is still room for other people to maybe make some late runs here during training camp, as we are really only a week in. But right now, it's very, very clear that Rager is not going to be pushing Watkins for the 3 spot. Pascal is not going to be pushing Watkins for the 3 spot. Greg Ward, who was resting today with a toe injury, he's not going to be pushing for the 3 spot. This is Watkins' spot overall, and you're creating a really scary 1-2-3 punch. I mean, not just the route running ability, but the speed between Smith, A.J. Brown, and Quez Watkins. Obviously, the physicality of A.J. Brown as well. Watkins not a small guy in terms of height by himself. I mean, this is going to be a great wide receiver core, and Watkins has 100% stood out as easily the 3rd best wide receiver on this team. I think this wide receiver core is the best we've seen in a very, very long time. If you guys agree, give this video a thumbs up right now if you're pumped to see these guys in action. On that first preseason game, you might not see a lot, but just 1 catch to Brown, 1 catch to Smith, 1 catch to Watkins could be really, really fun to go ahead and watch. Give this video a thumbs up. Okay, we got about 35 subscribers new to the channel yesterday. We're trying to get to 31K by that first preseason game. We're at 30,951, and so math would tell you we're 49 subscribers away from 31,000. So we're so close. You guys appreciate what we do here on the channel. You know, sick or not, right? Rain or shine, we give you guys the latest Eagles news and rumors. If you like that and the style that we have it, go down below and hit that red button. We would greatly appreciate it. And honestly, you're going to get some great coverage here. And I'm telling you, we try to give you no BS. We try to give you no, you got to really wait for the overall analysis. 10 minutes in and out, know what's going on, get out, go on with the rest of your day. That's our goal here at Chat Sports. Okay, number 3. This is another example, much like Marcus Epps, where it's very clear this player is going to be the starter at his position, and that is T.J. Edwards. T.J. Edwards has been absolutely fantastic, and I want to dive more into that here in just one second. No hating on Nakobe Dean or anybody else at linebacker. Edwards is just very clearly really come into his own as a starting middle linebacker in the National Football League. Before I explain that, go a little bit more in depth, quick shout out to our friends at BetUS. The NFL season is getting underway very, very soon. If you guys want to get in on the betting game, chatsports.com/EaglesBet is the link that you need. Get a 125% deposit bonus when you use our link and our promo code Eagles125. Will be really the best way to put $100 down, use our promo code, turns into $225 for you guys to bet on the Eagles once the season starts, or bet on other stuff. You want to bet on the Phillies, you want to bet on a NASCAR. I mean, they got a lot of sports on there, but obviously most of you guys just want to bet football. That's just fine. Chatsports.com/EaglesBet, promo code Eagles125. As mentioned, I'm not saying that other linebackers have not been good, and Dean has flashed a little bit, although kind of been quiet in terms of the news from the linebacker spot, because White has looked very, very good as well. He was in competition for a spot on my list, kind of one of the honorable mentions, but Edwards has been far and beyond the best middle linebacker. The coverage skills is there. The leadership is there. 57 will be a starting linebacker on this football team. I'll be shocked if he is not. I think they're going to rotate guys. I think it's going to be similar to the defensive line where you will see Dean get mixed in with some plays. Obviously, White is going to go ahead and be a starter. I think Davion Taylor. I think even Sean Bradley is going to be a contributor to some extent, not a ton, but to some extent on the linebacking core. But Edwards has really stood out. He is definitely the best linebacker on this football team, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Who is the best linebacker on the Philadelphia Eagles right now? Is it Edwards? Is it somebody else? I know we all hope it's going to eventually be Nakobe Dean, but right now it is T.J. Edwards, and honestly, I'm fine with that. They gave him that contract extension this offseason to show their trust in him, and he is one of the players who has consistently gotten better each year he's been in Philadelphia, and this is really, I think, his first big year where he could pop. Okay, number 4. This one has been getting a ton of praise right now, or this player. It's Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis looks everything that we expected from a massive human being, a physical freak, the college football defensive player of the year. He's been great so far in training camp. He's at least clearly the best rookie, right? And that's nothing against Jurgens or nothing against Nakobe Dean, but if you're talking about the best rookie overall, it's going to be Jordan Davis. There was a reporter who was at Philadelphia Eagles training camp the past couple of days who said he wouldn't be shocked if Davis instantly becomes one of the best defensive linemen in the National Football League in year 1. There are some serious defensive rookie of the year vibes coming out of Jordan Davis, and I know that that's been mentioned a little bit, but really not a ton, because D tackles don't normally win defensive rookie of the year, unless you're like really, really good like Aaron Donald. So I'm not saying he's going to be Aaron Donald. I'm not saying he's going to get 10.5 sacks. I think he's going to be a game record, though, and provide you a lot more impact than what a lot of rookies normally do, especially on the defensive line. He has looked great. He's going to be very good, and I'm one of the guys who, let's just be honest, I wasn't thrilled with the draft pick. You're sitting there when they got to 12, and it was like, okay, are they going to take Davis or not? And you go, do we really need Jordan Davis? Once you see this guy, and you see him, just look up some training camp footage of him doing one-on-ones. He's a monster. I think I was wrong about that. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic. Okay, final player, and this will be the big shock, I think, of the entire list in terms of the early stars here through the first week of training camp. Isaac Seumalo. I mean, 100%. Isaac Seumalo has been fantastic on the defensive line, and every single reporter there has said he's been the best guard, and which is crazy. Now, it's not crazy because Seumalo historically is bad. It's crazy because you would figure that Dickerson and Jurgens would really push him for this spot. I think they probably want Cam Jurgens to be one of the starting guards because you spend a second-round draft pick on him, and you got to kind of wait to play him at center behind Jason Kelce. But every single time the starting offensive line has been out there, your starting left guard has been Isaac Seumalo, and so that obviously is at least of note a little bit, but I think overall it has shown that he is still the great veteran left guard that he always was. He is still very much a legit starting left guard in the National Football League, and they have no intention of rushing Cam Jurgens along just to be able to play their second-round draft pick, like a lot of people, including myself, would kind of like to see. So I think that this is a surprise to a lot, but I think inside the organization, this will not be a surprise at all. And this is not to say that Jurgens is playing bad. He's not by any means a training camp loser, but, there's a lot to go ahead and learn, and Philadelphia has the luxury of a lot of really capable offensive linemen, and so they're going to put the best 5 out there, and right now, Seumalo with Dickerson at right guard are the 2 best guards for this football team, and so the idea that they could trade him, the idea that they could bench him or cut him seems very, very unlikely, as it looks like Seumalo is going to be your starting left guard, at least through the first couple of weeks of training camp. We'll see how that changes once we get to preseason. Okay, as we get to wrap up today's video, how excited are you guys for the first preseason game? Scale of 1 to 100. Like, overall, how excited are you guys? I know that it's preseason, and it's really, 10 days away, whatever. I think it's the 12th of August. Still fun. It's still fun to see the Eagles out there. And I bet the starters will get at least a series, maybe 2. And so, one pass to DeVonta Smith, one pass to A.J. Brown. That's going to get me very, very excited. How excited are you guys? Scale of 1 to 10. Let me know down below right now. Okay, ultimate today on our Philadelphia Eagles news and rumor video, looking at our top 5 camp winners from week 1. Again, I'm grinding for you guys. Hopefully, it's not been too much of a distraction, me trying to fight through the sickness, but I appreciate you guys here today on the show. If you guys like what we do, and I'm telling you, unless I can't get out of bed, I'm going to be doing these videos every single day here this week. So if you guys appreciate that, go down below and be sure to subscribe. For producer Trace, doing a great job today. For me, as always, Thomas Mott signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.